Alright guys, and welcome back to this HUFC channel for something content for our match preview ahead of Saturday's trip to the London Stadium to take on West Ham. They're in the bottom three and their fans are becoming toxic. Will it be another opportunity for a big away win, as we did get back to winning ways on the weekend against Aston Villa? We'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the video, but before we get into it, do make sure you're subscribed and you're following us on all of our socials. Apologies for the fact that we're filming on the iPhone. Camera problems again, and to be honest, I've had such a busy week that the fact that I've only got about 10 minutes to sit down and film this means that we're not going to have too much of an in-depth chat about it as we usually would. If you're new, we usually have a much better match preview setting than my living room and also the trim. I'm in need of one. It's not going great this week, in all honesty, but I'm looking forward to the game. Right, let's get into it. As I mentioned there, Southampton did get back to winning ways on the weekend. A 2-0 win against Aston Villa. Should have been more comfortable, really. Villa didn't really show up on Saturday, which I expected them to be honest. You know, they're in the relegation scrap, need points, and we've got the worst home record in the league. For them, they probably identified it as a possible win. But like I said, I thought we were superb, back to our best. Moussa had an excellent game, so did Stuart Armstrong. Ings did what he needed to do. Longy got his goal. You know, we looked like ourselves again, which I was really pleased about after that 2-1 defeat to Burnley, which was pretty disappointing. And now we're back in form. We're currently 12th, still 3 points off of the top half, so we won't move into it this weekend. But I think we just need to keep winning games, in all honesty. If we want that top half finished, this is the sort of game we need to be looking to win. It's a possible win. We'll get into West Ham a bit later on in the video, but I think the main thing is the fact that we're 10 points clear of the relegation zone now. I just can't see any relegation worries for the last 11 games of the season. 10 points clear of West Ham, that is, who currently occupy that last spot in the relegation zone. But I don't think it's going to be a 10-point gap goal in terms of how the teams perform on Saturday. But we've got Kyle Walker-Peters back, which is good, so we can have a natural right back. Not that Ward-Prowse did badly last weekend, but, you know, you want to have the players in their natural positions, and having Ward-Prowse back in that midfield will be a big help. And I'm unsure on the situation with Moussa Djenepo. Unfortunately, his mother passed away this week. Condolences are being sent out to him and his family. Whether he has to go out to Mali, I don't know, or whether he'll be involved at all on Saturday. Personally, I think he needs to go and take care of his family, because that's the priority. So yeah, condolences to him and his family, but it looks like we've got Boufal back in contention. He was on the bench last week, so if Djenepo isn't involved, then we do have that natural replacement. And now I mentioned his name just now, Stuart Armstrong, one of his better performances for Saints. I mean, recently he's just been absolutely unplayable. Got a goal as well, which I was really happy about. Wasn't too difficult to take, being an open goal, but still they all count. And like I said, he's just been absolutely superb recently, controlling the play, you know, tinkering in the midfield, working really hard. And he's a big creative output, and the fact that he wasn't in the side at the beginning of the season baffles me, because you look at how he's playing now and just thinking, where was he this whole time under Ralph? You know, Ralph's definitely getting the best out of him. £7 million last summer, absolute bargain. And Moussa Djenepo had one of his better games as well. Like I've said, I don't think he'll be involved on Saturday. I'm not sure on the situation with him, but there are some players who are playing very well at the moment. Shane Long as well. Shea Adams and Obafemi came on with 20 minutes to go. Looked excellent. Adams almost scored. Obafemi looked really quick and got him behind the defence quite a bit. We had an outstanding day on Saturday, and I think we need to take that performance into this weekend, because it is a game where really we can be taking points, and not even just winning comfortably if we play our cards right. I'm still pretty sure, despite West Ham's position in the table, that it's going to be a tough game on Saturday. We haven't got a good record against West Ham at all, losing 5 of the last 6 games against them. They did the double over us last season and won the previous fixture this season, a 1-0 win at St Mary's. We just couldn't cope with their physicality in the middle of the park. And our last 2 trips to the London Stadium have ended in 3-0 defeats. So hopefully we can make wrongs right on Saturday and have a better performance and a better result against West Ham, because they've been quite rare over the last few seasons. But let's go on to our opponents, West Ham. Very disappointing season for them thus far. Definitely in contention for that definitely top half, maybe even top 7 position early on the season. Pre-season, I think everyone saw them as one of those contenders. Haven't been anywhere near that. Sacked Maurizio Pellegrini around Christmas time, brought in David Moyes again to sort of steady the ship, but it just hasn't seemed like he's done that yet. I thought it was a poor appointment anyway, not inspiring for the fans at all. And they've condemned to be a relegation fodder side. Don't think they'll go down. I think they're too good to go down, but you know, we've said that before and teams have gone down, so we'll have to see about that. But still, they really shouldn't be in this position. The fact that they're sort of in the conversation and still in the relegation zone with 11 games to go is an absolute shambles, and you can understand why those fans aren't happy, because they deserve a lot better with the investment into this side, you know, with the stadium still new, lots of money there, the fact that they're renting it as well. There's still plenty of discontent rumbling around when it comes to the ownership as well, and it could get ugly on Saturday if Saints sort of give them a good beating. Apparently protests are planned. Yeah, it could be a very interesting day. But they did make a good account of themselves on Monday night. Got a 2-1 lead against Liverpool at Anfield with 30 minutes to go. Unfortunately, did go on and lose 3-2, as Liverpool have pretty much done all season, going on and winning games, no matter how badly they play. But a good performance from them, and something they will be looking to build on this weekend against an opposition that they'll see as a winnable game. I think they'll have to, because they're in that desperate position now where they just need to get points on the board. And the fact that we're sort of not a top 6 side, not even in the top half at the moment, they'll definitely see us as a team that they need to be beating. And I'm still kind of flabbergasted the fact that they're in this position. Some of the players they've got are absolutely outstanding. I thought Haller was a good signing. Anderson's a good player on his day. They got Jarrod Bowen in the January window. Hasn't started yet, but I do fear him. I'm quite disappointed that Saints didn't go out and buy him. They've got a massively talented squad that really should be in the position that they are in. They are in it. They need to get themselves out of it. And for them, they'll see it as a decent enough opportunity on Saturday, in my opinion. I know we're very good away from home in the top 6 and away from, but they'll ignore that. They just see it. Southampton, mid-table, they're at 12th at the moment. They're 18th. They need the points. That is a game that these should be winning. And it's like I said, I think they're too good to go down, but that could prove to be a cliche. They have to start winning games. And I do worry that Saturday they'll start to pull their finger out after a good performance on Monday night and get that result that they need desperately. Having said that, I am confident that we'll come away with the result. I don't think we'll lose, but I've just got a sneaky feeling that it might be a draw this time out. I think we can absolutely batter them. If we get that early goal, I think it could be a field day for us, because West Ham will sort of lose confidence and then we'll get plenty of chances and put away a few goals, hopefully. But I think they'll start well. I can see us going behind and then having to equalise in that second half. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I do think that we'll make a decent enough account of ourselves, but I think West Ham really need the points and we'll get something from this one. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a good day out. I'm going, so I'm looking forward to that. My second trip to the stadium. I don't enjoy it, but lower tier this time instead of upper tier, maybe it'll be a better day out. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Remember to like the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't yet already. Follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you tomorrow for the predicted lineup. Take it easy, guys.